In this video, we're using SQL Alchemy and Flask. We have a little database of painters and paintings with a simple one-to-many relationship that a painter paints many paintings, but a painting is painted by one painter. So the painting has a foreign key of the painter's ID to establish that relationship. And so when we insert a painting, we want to maintain referential integrity to assign it immediately to a painter. So that's going to be part of the interface set we design here. So let's run this and see it and then look at some code. So I have a Flask. I'm starting the Flask. I'm bringing up and I have it, my default route directed to this insert painting route. I have some navigation. I have a list of paintings and who they're by. That is a grid.js that is searchable. So I have right now 21 paintings by Manet, Seurat, Rousseau, Klimt, and Whistler. Okay. And then, so I can look at the paintings I have before I decide that I'm going to add a painting. And so that's not really part of the form, but that's just a grid.js allowing me to look through what I have. So I'm not adding something I already have. I am going to pick an artist. I am going to pick Edward Manet. I'm going to pick the Pfeiffer here. So that was by Edward Manet. So I choose the artist in the list. That's going to provide me my painter ID, which is going to be a foreign key. It's the Pfeiffer. And then I'm going to imagine down here that I have a file. I'll say that it was Pfeiffer.jpg. Now I'd like to, at some point, maybe replace that by a file field and update a file and make sure that they go into a particular location and that they're uniquely identified and so on, but I have not done that. So I established my two basic fields, the title and the file name. There'll be some ID, which will be auto-incremented and generated by the system. And then I need from my artist, I need my artist ID to establish my connection to the painter table and respect referential integrity. So I'm going to insert the painting. And it says that they were inserted. I can go back to any of these. And now I have 22 paintings. And so if I go to the end, I see that I have added the Pfeiffer and that it knows that it's by Edward Manet. Okay. So here is the route. I am doing an explicit join. This is to display my painting information. I'm getting the painting ID, its title, the last name and first name of the artist. So that's two different tables. So I'm listing fields from different tables. So I'm listing the fields explicitly. They're from different tables. So I do the filter to get the relationship between the primary key and the foreign key. And that gets me a list of named tuples. And I usually like to work with lists of dictionaries, so I cast it. I want to make choices, and choices in my that was the form I added over here for inserting a painting. Here's a painting insert. I have the list, the drop-down select of artists, and I'm making those, I have to make those choices. No, sorry, Yep, I need a list of artists, so I need to make a list of artists, and then I need the title and the file name and a submit button. And that's what I'm making. I'm in the wrong. it's just poorly named. This is where am I making my choices? Here are my painter choices. Okay. So my painter choices will be the IDs and the first name and the last name, and this is what goes into my drop-down list. And then when I import and instantiate the form, I set my artist choices to be the painter choices. So that gave me my drop-down. I am making here this, not sure what this 188, 189 is. I'm making, no, that's the painter choices. That makes sense. I'm not sure what this was. Might be just some leftover from one of the other routes. When you submit the form, I grab the title, I grab the file name, I'm instantiating a painting, I'm adding the painter ID from the artist was the drop-down select, and I made the values of the drop-down select the artist IDs. So I'm establishing the painter ID, I'm adding the painting, I'm committing it. I'm moving over to some painting insert form handler, which just says I added that painting. And if I haven't submitted the form, then it sends me to the original form, which we saw. Okay, so that's what we have in this one. It is inserting into a table that needs a foreign key to maintain the referential integrity. So we are displaying, we have the grid table just to display all the paintings so the user can do some searching and seeing what's already there. But then we have what we need in the form, and what we needed was the title and the file name. Those are just text fields, and then we had a select field to pick out one of the existing artists that is the painter of the painting. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks for your attention.